Okay, welcome to today's class. Today's topic is role of NGOs in microfinance, the case of Bangladesh. All of you know that microfinance, the concept was introduced by the Dr. Muhammad Yunus, who was Bangladeshi Nobel laureate, and he was the professor of University of the Chittagong. So, because of this reason, I try to focus on the experiment, the experience, and the outcomes that are covered, that are outcome by in the Bangladesh. So, first of all, I am just welcoming all of you to today's lecture. The main topic of today's lecture is about the microfinance and microcredit. First of all, before discussing the role of NGOs in microfinance, I'm going to discuss about the exactly some theoretical definition of microfinance and microcredit and any other related term. Exactly what is the meaning of microfinance? What is microfinance and what is microcredit? I just mentioned some definition in here, and who is a collect from the Opportunity International. They mentioned the microfinance is the provision of financial service such as loans, savings, insurance, and training to the people who are living under the poverty line. Exactly. So it can be said that microfinance is one kind of provisional of financial service. A small financial service. It may be the loans. It may be the any kind of small loans or any other like that savings to promote the savings to ensure the insurance and to make the people efficient training program and to organize the training program. So there may be the specifically to overcome the poverty line. So similarly, I also mentioned another definition from Wikipedia, the most open source platform to collect information. They also mentioned that the microfinance is the provision of financial services to low-income clients or unique lending groups, including clients and the self-employed who have lack access to banking and related services. You know that exactly there is the credit that is available, that is provided by the bank related services, but unfortunately because of the location, because of their position, because of their living under the poverty line, because of their living in the peripheral part of the society in the country. Some people, a huge amount of people is still now they are far away from the banking services. So because of this reason, microfinance, microcredit, these are them became one of the most matter of financing as well as credit credit functions in the Bangladesh as well as third world countries as well as in the developing countries. Similarly, I just mentioned that exactly microfinance. I also mentioned another definition in here. Microfinance is who is low income households have access to affordable financial services offered by retail providers to finance exactly what to for the income producing activities, for the build assets, for to protect against risks as like that. So among the microfinance, microcredit is a part of microfinance because it is also the microcredit is a specific term. That is highly linked with the microfinance. I also mentioned that microcredit is nothing else, but it is also the extension of a small loans, micro loans to the unemployed, to the poor entrepreneurs, or to others people who are living under the poverty line and who are not considerable bankable, who have no access to, transit to it. Make loan or create loan or get loan from the bank service system. I just mentioned the some features of microfinance here. What are the my main features of the microfinance? I just mentioned that some specifically six features of the microfinance. The borrowers, the who can get the loan from the concerned group, concerned authority, are from the low income group. They are living under the poverty line, and they have no sufficient amount of money. They have no sufficient amount of asset. This is the one condition feature of the microfinance. Another is that loans are of the small amount called as microfinance. Loans obviously a small amount. This is not a big amount. This is not, perfect. This amount is not like as the to offer at the business activities. And the duration of loans is also short. This is another feature of the microfinance. And loans are offered without security. You know that if you if you wanted to get any loan from the bank, you need to submit a security or collateral amount or collateral assets like that. Similarly, in the village area of Bangladesh, specifically I try to focus on the on the basis of Bangladesh experience. There was a cycle, who there is the some people who are landlords and who have money, instead of instead of taking the assets of those person as gold, as like as land, land document like that. But in the microfinance and microcredit section, there is no option, there is no condition to submit such kind of security. So this is another unique characteristics of the microfinance. Another is the high frequency of repayment. The people who take the loan from the microfinance institution, they have to repay this, but this is high frequency. The frequency is not like it is monthly. In some time, you know that it is a weekly installment. Okay, and then another one is the loans are generally taken for the income generation purpose. The purpose is not for the consumption. The purpose is for the income generation, because if you can't utilize the this credit, this loan, then you are unable to. That means you are unable to repay this installment. So because of this reason, instead of installment consumption, microfinance institution try to focus on the profit projects or the that are income generation purposes. So these are the features of the microfinance, and I think that these six features indicate the exactly what type of characteristics exactly the functions of the microfinance also. Now I am going to discuss about the aims of microfinance. I just mentioned that microfinance has long been used in developing countries or underdeveloped countries or least developed countries to help poor entrepreneurs who cannot access mainstream finance. I already mentioned that mainstream finance means the banking system. Mainstream finance means exactly that, but they have no access. No access to. Work with this mainstream finance. Because of this reason, I just mentioned that there are the five. Aims of microfinance. First of all, I just mentioned that poverty reduction. This is the original aim. The main aim of the microfinance is to reduce the poverty. All of you know that the NGOs are working to reduce poverty, and not only NGOs, international organizations, all of you know the World Bank, IMF, these all are organizations to reduce poverty. All world United Nations, including working to reduce poverty, reduction poverty. All of target, the main target of this all organization is to keep the poverty in the museum, not in the real field. So, as microfinance, the main objectives of this microfinance is to reduce poverty. I just mentioned the poverty reduction. Grameen Bank, a lot of NGOs, Proshika, Asha, Bragg, these all organizations are working to reduce poverty. So poverty is the main key objective. Poverty reduction is the main key objective of NGOs as well as the microfinance institutions. Another one is there is rising domestic savings in lowest income countries. You know that exactly in this process, microfinance process, system, the borrower have to ensure the domestic savings. All of you know that they have no savings. So because of this reason, and they are unable to submit any kind of collateral or any kind of security to get loan from the bank. So because of this reason, and they have no balance. They have no enough balance. So because of this reason, I think that raising domestic savings, as a one kind of, this is another aim of microfinance. Another one is the protection against income volatility. All of you know that in the time of hazard situation, as like the present situation, this is the corona virus crisis in the all over the world, worldwide. We are facing the one of the problem in the circumstances. By the microfinance process, the another target is to ensure the insurance. That will help you in the time of crisis moment, in the time of dangerous moment. Another is the sustainable aim. Aim is the another sustainable finance for new enterprises. Sustainable finance, because if someone there is a scope to get lost. There is scope to get benefit in the your new enterprises, small enterprises. So if someone failed to ensure the, if someone failed or lost or get lost in the first attempt to as an enterprise, new entrepreneur, but entrepreneur, but in some in this like is the microfinance system. It provides several times benefit, several times finance to them people exactly to promote his or her activities. And last one is the gender empowerment. You need to appreciate that the contribution of the people, the aim. I mean especially in Bangladesh, there are the 50% people who are women among the total population. But once upon a time, the women are engaged in the only household activities. Because of this reason, we are, I mean, lagging behind. But all of you know that after the activities by the Grameen Bank, and they are trying to, I mean, make the women self-dependent. They are trying to make the women engage them into the, I mean, economic activities. Finally, women of the Bangladesh became empowered, and this had a great contribution in the national economy of Bangladesh. So, the gender empowerment is another aims of the microfinance also. And now I'm going to discuss about the evolution and trends of microfinance. So, all of you know the name of this person. This is Mohammed Yunus. I'm the Bangladeshi social entrepreneur, banker, economist, and civil society person who was awarded Nobel Peace Prize for funding the Grameen Bank and pioneering the concept of microfinance and microcredit. Before this, I discussing on this matter on his contribution. And now, I first of all trying to discuss about the microfinance. I mentioned that existed, obviously existed in this country and in one form or another for a long time in Bangladesh. Not only Bangladesh, in all over the world, the existence of microfinance was available, but there was the system was in the another format. Microfinance in the village area, in the rural area, who is or I mean highly patronized by the, I mean, rural jamidars, rural landlords, rural mahajans. I mean, who gave the money in, I mean instead of a huge amount of Okay, Professor Muhammad Yunus, who was on the and then he was this, I mean, professor of University of Chittagong on the time. I mean, he established, he just, I mean, made the breakthrough in the, I mean, the microfinance system. I mean, and he operated the project. This is in the in the Jobra Gram of the, I mean, Chittagong, and who is near to University of the Chittagong, the University of Chittagong, and in 1976, and he operated another project in the Tangal in 1979. And by these two projects, we may say that these two projects are the pioneering project, are the, example project. I mean, in the microfinance, execution of microfinance. And finally, by the getting success of this two projects, he established the Grameen Bank in 1983, and the Grameen Credit is, and the main, I mean, activities of this Grameen Bank was Grameen Credit, that is totally collateral free, I mean, security free, and this was pro Omian, I mean, credit system. And I just mentioned that today the Grameen Bank has the 2005 more than 2,500 branches. I mean more than, and they are. I mean this bank is totally owned by the Grameen people. I mean the Grameen women. Why? Because there was a portion of share. I mean by the who take the loan from the Grameen Bank. So it is matter of also engagement, involvement with the activity. I mean mainstream activities. And finally, all of you know that Dr. Yunus and Grameen Bank received Nobel Peace Prize in 2006. I mean, to eradicate the poverty in the Bangladesh and any other, I mean, many other countries. Even in the America, United States of America, in the, even the European countries, even in the African countries, they are also following the microfinance microcredit system, which was introduced by the Dr. Muhammad Yunus. I mean, he was the pioneer and he introduced the microfinance and the microcredit. And now all of you know that he introduced another, I mean, concept, social business concept. This is also the a good, I mean, trend for the. Then on the basis of Bangladesh, exactly, I mean, the case study I just mentioned the Bangladesh as a case study. Another one is the person who, I mean, died a few days ago, I mean, the last year, Mr. Fazli Hassan Abed, Sir Fazli Hassan Abed. He established another NGOs. This name of this NGO is the BRAC, Bangladesh Rural Advancement Committee. I mean, BRAC is the largest NGOs of the world. You may check this. And this, I mean, this organization began, first of all, began community development in 1973, then microfinance in the 1974. And they have many credit plus programs on health facilities, on education facilities, legal services. Exactly. Then I also mentioned another Asha that was also founded by the Mr. Shafiqul Haq in 1978. And this is the most efficient in operation. And this organization, Asha, is also providing the loan and Proshika, as well as they are offering a lot of schools in the Bangladesh. In the many other countries also. So among these countries, I mean, beside this, I mean, these three microfinance institutions, there are also the some microfinance institutions in Bangladesh that are working in the, I mean, microfinance level. These are the Prashika and the Burut TMS, Uddipan, JSCF, as like that. similarly. But there are also some organization, the government and commercial organization that are also providing the microfinance to the poor people, to the specifically the people and who's are out of banking system. And one of the among this organization, one institution, Polli Karma Sahayak Foundation (PKSF) was one of the notable organization, notable institution. This organization is trying to develop the people of lifestyle of the rural area people, the specific the poor people who are living under the poverty line in the village area of Bangladesh. Another one is the Microcredit Regulatory Authority, because all of you know that there are a lot of microfinance organization among the except the main three NGOs. There are also the small microfinance institution that are working in the Bangladesh in your country also. So to regulate them, to monitor them, they are the one institution was established by the government. This is the Microcredit Regulatory Authority to control the functions or to monitor the functions of the microfinance institution. Another one is the Institute of Microfinance. That was established in 2006 to organize, training or it is a specifically it is a training program to make the people more skilled, more self-dependent. And now I am going to discuss exactly who are the suppliers of microcredit. Exactly who's at the main suppliers of the microfinance. I just mentioned that the principal microcredit service providers in Bangladesh are usually categorized into four major groups. In your country also like that. The first of all, the NGOs. I already told that the largest NGOs in the BRAC, Grameen Bank, as well as Prashika, Asha, these all organizations are the main, microcredit service provider of Bangladesh. Similarly, there are some specialized institutions as like as Polli Karma Sahayak Foundation, PKSF. These organizations are also providing the loan, a small loan to the poor people. And sometimes now, all of you know that the commercial banks with microcredit program, the commercial banks have also the microcredit program. This is also the positive, and some of the administrative ministries or divisions. All of you know that there is a Ministry of Women Empowerment, Ministry of Agriculture. These are in the Bangladesh, in your country also. These ministries and divisions also sometimes took a step take a step to eradicate poverty, by taking the special package on this issue. Whatever I just mentioned, and similarly, Bangladesh Rural Development Board (BRDB). This is also the one kind of as like this organization is follow the also the Grameen Bank model, and I just mentioned that the World Bank estimates that in 2005, the four institutions combined account for the 86% of all active borrowers, over 90% of all outstanding in Bangladesh microcredit sector. The active organization is Grameen Bank, BRAC, ASHA, and government agencies, specifically BRDB. Okay. Okay. Now we discuss about the. Already discussed about the suppliers. Now we want to discuss about the who are the clients of microcredit, and exactly whose people are the my client. To whom it may. Who are the borrower? First of all, typical microcredit clients are poor. They are poor people. Another is the low income people that do not have access to other formal financial institution. All of you know this formal financial institution means banking system and financial housing corporation, but they have no scope to talk with them, communicate with them. So these people are the poor and low income people. These are the client. Another is the people who are self-employed, and they are household based entrepreneurs. They are also taking a lot of things, but they are doing the household entrepreneur. They are a small entrepreneur. So because of this reason, we need this. These people are also the client of the microcredit. Another one is that there is like the small retail shops, the street vending, artisanal manufacturing, and the service provision. There are some people who have business, but this is very small shop. This is a small scale shop. Those people are the client. Another is the one I mentioned, the small income generating. The people. It may be the farmer. It may be they may be the small business magnate. I already several times I mentioned that the most clients below the poverty line are in the upper half of the people. It is clear, however, that some microfinance institutions, can serve clients at the higher end of the bottom half. Women often comprise the majority of clients. Among the clients, women are in the priority level. Among the clients, poor people are in the priority level. Among the clients, low income people are in the priority level. Okay. So exactly now, what is the role of microfinancing NGOs? I already told that there are a lot of NGOs who's are now the projects. This is the NGO. Non-governmental organizations. You know that there is a confusion in your question. I told that in the NGOs class, NGOs is a non-profitable organization. Exactly among the a lot of activities, this is only one program, microfinance program. This is profitable. This is not non-profitable because NGOs also, take interest in this from the by providing the microfinance. So, in some respective, because of this reason, someone told that now NGOs are not a non-profitable organization. It is also a profitable organization. It is demanded by the some people. Okay, first of all, what is the role of microfinance NGOs? The role of microfinance NGOs is that they are the direct lender. Direct lender means they directly provide the loans. This is one of them. I just mentioned that the NGOs provide loans to low income people and those living in remote rural areas. They directly provide the loans. The NGOs may borrow from the financial markets to increase the size and their revolving loan fund. Another role is that they are the mess maker. Microfinance NGOs. Mess maker means why? Because they are they make link or network between the borrowers and the savers to the banks. When the borrowers who are unable to take the loan from the bank, the NGOs, and sometimes the microfinance NGOs, they take loan from the banks and they provide it to borrowers, a small portion, and then they also, they take a lot of responsibilities like organizing training, assessing, monitoring, and collecting from the clients. So the NGOs receive income for the services they provide, either as a fee from the bank or by borrowing from the bank and lending the money to their client at a higher rate. May I already told it. Packages. I mentioned that NGO microfinance NGOs playing role as a packager. Why? Because they provide the production, marketing, management, and accounting assistance and training to the rural enterprises to help them develop to the point where they can access financial services from a bank. Did indicate, and another is the product developer. All of you know that the NGOs now promoting in the, promoting their own product is like also the product of the, BRAC. Similarly, Adong products, there are a lot of shop of Adong shop. Gramin Uniqlo, this shop are also the, Gramin Bank shop. These all, products that are related with the, induced microfinance activities. So, because by the microfinancing initiative, they try to make the women or make the poor people self-dependent by providing the microfinance and and creating their own product, and they also, this develop this product and sell this product in the common market. The microfinance NGOs organize the training, and so because of this reason, they told that the trainer of financial institutions, because NGOs provide training to the staff and management of a bank, helping them to understand and implement successful methodologies for the rural financial intermediaries. They also provide training in other NGOs, helping them to acquire the expertise and financial discipline needed to implement financial service program. So, role of NGOs, microfinance NGOs as a trainer of NGOs, as a trainer of financial institution, as a product developer, as a packager, as a mess maker, as a direct lender. Okay, now I'm going to discuss about the impact of the microfinance. Obviously, there is a lot of positive impact of microfinance, but there are also adverse effect of microfinance also. I just mentioned two. Conclusion from the from a report. This is assessment. The World Bank assessment 2008 poverty assessment has two findings in this context. I just mentioned that the first findings is that microfinance has expanded more in areas that were poorer, presumably because the better of geographical areas were covered in the previous decade. Second, the reduction in poverty in rural Bangladesh has been much more in Upajalas means the rural areas where microfinance membership increased more rapidly. This is, the microfinance. Decrease the production. Reduction of poverty is better in comparison with the where the people are not member of microfinance organization. Similarly, microfinance has positive impact on women empowerment, consumption, smoothing, and to some extent building asset. Because they became also the women who get loan from the Grameen, they also they are also the owner of the Grameen Bank. This is the one, the positive side of this microfinance. Then I mentioned that another socioeconomic impact of microfinance. The first socioeconomic impact, this is the access to finance. This is also important because to access to finance means he or she has capacity to, to sell and to buy. This is, part of the. This is the contribution in the economy by the citizen. Another is the breaking the Mahajan circle. Mahajan, you people maybe not, informed about the Mahajan. This Mahajan means the group of people who, deliver, who provide the loan to the poor people instead of, taking a huge amount of security, as like as it may be the gold, it may be the any other like in land, LIs like that. So because this, when they took, they collect a huge amount of interest from the poor people. So exactly by the microfinance institution, the Mahajan cycles totally vanished. This is the positive things. Another one is that this microfinance helps mitigate seasonal hunger and shocks. All of you know that, in Bangladesh, in your country, there are some seasons, some of the dry seasons where there no food and there is no, work, scope to work in the, village activities. So because of this reason, the seasonal, to, face the, to tackle the seasonal hunger and shocks, microfinance, is working very smoothly. Another is that promotes employment and productivity. Obviously, it promotes employment. Microfinance NGOs, they are providing a huge amount of employment. And similarly, this microfinance institution provide the money to do something, not to consumption. So because of this, it increases productivity, and our GDP is also increasing, and our poverty is also decreasing. Facilities, savings, and builds up asset already. Obviously, they are. The microfinance institution provide the loan to, do the agriculture activities, to, for the, faulty activities. Not faulty farm is like that agriculture activities. So because of this reason, they became self-dependent. They also, became the owner of some asset, and empowers women. Already I told several times. This is the main benefit of the microfinance. Fertility transition and contraceptive use. The microfinance. These also the, working in the controlling the birth, specifically in the Bangladesh, and self-employment, favorable agricultural contract, migration. The people who became the responsible, who became the self-dependent, they migrate the. They migrate. They, it may be the internal migrate. They, go to the city area, or there is scope to make, to do a lot of business, or to may, to get job in the city area. Another is the rural power structure. There is a, impact of the, rural power structure. Once upon a time, there was a zamindari system, the landlord system. On this system, by this system, the poor people are totally deprived, or totally deprived by because of this microfinance system. The rural power structure has also become changed. Okay. I also mentioned now the some, impact of the microfinance on the basis of economic impact, and another is the social and development impact. Economic impact, the first of all, income is increasing, self-employment because by the cause of change, because self-employment activities, and there is the food security, the greater access to cultivable land through the rental market. Another is the ways, the increase of ways, transport and other non-agri activities supported by microcredit. Another is the employment, better access to land, rental market ways employment in the non-agri sector. Assets, already told that for faulty livestock, bicycles, rickshaw, van that are provided by the NGOs. That means, the poor people became, the ownership of some assets. It may be the small, it may be the large asset. Another is the impact, social and development impact. Fertility and contraceptive use, already I told. Program participation, female methods dominate. Health and nutrition, that also program placement effect. Sanitation and drinking water, that is also, provided, ensured the sanitation. Literacy and school enrollment of children is increasing because of the microfinance. And social mobilization, because this is not so much, notable, as a social mobilization notice. Because of, but there is a small impact in the social mobilization. Specifically, I mentioned that this is the impact of main microfinance over the poverty. The poverty is decreasing. I already told that in the report of World Bank, it is told that the poverty is decreasing there where the existence of the microfinance institutions are available. So, because why? How the process through the labor market? I mean, the labor market means because of the microfinance activities, the women became the part of labor market in Bangladesh, in your country also, and through the capital market the small people, the people, the low income people who can take loan from the microfinance institution, they may invest in the capital market also. This is also the sign. Another, through the markets for goods consumed by the poor people. I mean, then through the production linkages by this, by taking the loan from the microfinance institution, they are also establishing the smaller institution, and because of this reason they may maintain a production linkage with the, I mean, mainstream market. Okay, and another is that the impact of microfinance in the women empowerment. All of you know this. There, it is not possible to develop a economy of a world without the contribution of women. So once upon a time, our women were engaged in the exactly household activities, but now women's role in economy is increasing, and they are performing a good activities. I mean, another is the women's participation in microfinancing activities, and the rural women at a glance. I think they take the loan facilities. They are, I mean, they take the loan facilities, and they are also the, I mean, take the, I mean, doing the saving facilities. They, I mean, take the loan from the official system. Already told it in the from the NGOs, unofficial system, and money. I mean, in agricultural organization, there are also the some agricultural organization that are established. I mean, to provide the microfinance, and the training of and information for rural women that are provided by the microfinance institution. They make them as a self-dependent. Obviously, these all are the positive, I mean, effect, positive impact of the, I mean, microfinance institution. But there are the some also negative, I mean, or adverse effect of microfinance. I just wanted to give you like that. I wanted to give you an explanation. This is Professor Narcos who told that the vicious cycle. I mean, the vicious cycle means the one of the, I mean, worst cycle, the bad cycle, and he told about this about the poverty. But this is also the, I mean, applicable in the credit. In the Bangladesh, all of you know that in some cases we know that we have observed that by the various dailies and newspaper as like that, some of the poor women, the poor people take loan from the Grameen Bank, they consume it, and they repay this loan by taking loan from another organization as like the, I mean, from the BRAC, and they take a big amount from this BRAC organization. BRAC, and that, I mean, repay this installment or this, I mean, loan by taking loan from another organization as like a Sproshika. And similarly, I mean, in this circumstance, instead of they become self-dependent, they always are in the, I mean, in the credit season. I mean, they always, always prevail. They always engage them within the credit. Exactly, this is also this is the problem. So this is the, so because of this reason, there it is quite impossible to bring out them from the poor, from the, I mean, loan activities. Another is that works the exclusive microfinance organization or institution. They works mainly on moderate poor, no long. So because moderate poor means the poor among the poor whose are, I mean, comparatively whose are, I mean, in the better position. Because of this reason, there is no long run impact of this matter. Someone told that. The reality is that some borrowers, I mean, benefited. There is no doubt, but a lot struggling over indebtedness and asset loss. Similarly, I just wanted to the adverse effect. The adverse effect is that the surged, I mean, high rate of interest. This is also negative aspect of the microfinance. Another is the, sometimes you notice the, I mean, various are newspaper of Bangladesh. They are coercive collection practices by the some lenders, some financial institution that leads the women, that leads the poor people into the dangerous situation. Another one is that microfinance cannot compensate for inadequate healthcare, education, or infrastructure. So they need to focus on this matter. Another one is that sustainable savings more important in long run, but the, I mean, the savings which collect from the microfinance, this is not the long run, and the real incomes need to rise, though they are, I mean, repay the, I mean, by taking the. needs to, real incomes need to rise. Another is that credit is often some, because I already told that. Credit is often used to finance consumption. It is also not fault of the microfinance institution. This is the fault of our borrowers, our not for the lenders. Borrower means the savers who consume the. This microfinance instead of investing this money in their developing the business. So these are the adverse effect of microfinance. Just now I'm going to take exactly what need to review. To conduct the functions of the microfinance institution faithfully and smoothly, we need to review the some matter. The first matter is the high interest rate. High interest rate, because why? Because this is the in comparison with the banking, the traditional, the conventional financial system, the banking system, banking service system, the NGOs in microfinance institutions, interest rate is higher than this conventional banking system. Then another one is the overlapping, that means indebtedness. Another is strict payment schedule should be reviewed, because it may create the bad aspect, bad orientation to the microfinance institution. And diversion of credit use. Obviously, diversity is notable, and product diversion and credit platform should be also diverse. And social or commercial, exactly need to focus on the social or commercial, need to obviously social, not commercial aspect. And exogenous factors, when the microfinance institution obviously focus on the infrastructure, information, and security issues. Because by reviewing these issues, I can say that microfinance institution can make a good position, can make a good role to reduce poverty and to ensure the sustainable development in Bangladesh, in the third world countries, in the developing countries. First, now I am going to ask a question. What if there is no microfinance? I think that we need to rethink about this. I just wanted to, no information from you about this. What if there is no microfinance? I just mentioned the references in here. You can see these references. You can also follow this article. This regarding today's lecture. Again, I am just telling you that the microfinance is important aspect of the today's financing system, and which was introduced by the Dr. Muhammad Yunus, and who awarded the Nobel Peace Prize because of this microfinance and microcredit concept. Thank you all for today's class. Hope to see you in the next Google Meet class. See you, inshallah. Best of luck. I'm just waiting to see you.